this was a very significant area of the British colonies. And the reason they call it Eastern Shore of Maryland is it's a part of the state of Maryland that lies east of the Chesapeake Bay. And really the core of this whole Eastern Shore ties around the Chesapeake Bay. At least this side of that we were on is such an important part. The western portion of Maryland by the bay and its tributaries is core to this community. It's this region, especially when it comes to those waters with the oysters and the crabs and the fishing. This is the maritime history here is so rich and deep and goes back hundreds of years. So we were starting in Kent County. We stayed on the Kent Narrows on what was called the Kent Island, which is really a neat place to start. It's sort of you go to the end of the Bay Bridge, you go a little bit farther, and you just take an exit off onto the Kent Island. And we stayed at this really sweet Hilton Garden Inn right on the water, right on a marina. There were lots of restaurants and walking distance. We did a beautiful walk that night. We went to a couple of places just to try them out, but also just the ambiance of that setting. And there was something just so charming about it and peaceful that I thought that was a great way to start the trip, just like on that water there. And it's a great access point if you want to visit a lot of parts of that part of the Eastern Shore toward the Chesapeake Bay. That would be actually a good launching point for that. The Eastern Shore of Maryland has 9 separate counties. So we were there to visit 3 specific counties. And so the next morning, we launched immediately into visiting Kent County, which was the county number 1. And we visited the town. Our first stop was the town of Chestertown, which was actually super awesome. Ryan could actually more go into it too, because I think he was even really excited about just the community, the town, the waterfront, everything else.
It was awesome. Go there. Yeah, I really enjoyed that. Chestertown was definitely a nice little starting point. It's one of those postcard type towns. There's all these like old, nice brick buildings and nice architecture, and you feel like you're a little step back in time kind of thing, which is and it's very surprising because it's so quiet. But a lot of these towns you think. Like where I am in PA, like you go through a lot of these little towns and you could feel that they're struggling a lot. And, there's always these closed shops and there's like the little downtowns are basically like empty. And, that wasn't the case for pretty much any of these towns that we went to. And you can see that the active community of people walking around and, there's all these nice little mom and pop shops